All right. Hello, FireSquid. How are you doing?
Hello.
Hey.
My audio. I'm gonna mute the stream so I don't get
Yes,
the weird echo.
that is a good call. But
And yeah,
yes,
there is a full screen button.
perfect. Okay, and we've got the audio coming through separate channels, so it's just RTX voice that breaks. So
Okay.
my choices are either have RTX voice not work, which means you can hear background noise. Thankfully, everything's pretty quiet right now. Or alternately, all audio is piped through one channel, and it's just like, Twitch Studio, why are you gonna make me choose?
Yeah, audio is the worst thing. I tried to do streaming for a bit and like it's always impossible to tell if everything's too loud. And like if you ask chat if it's too loud, half the time they'll just lie to you to be funny.
I've been pretty lucky. I can keep an eye on the levels and just sort of see when things are either peaking or too quiet.
Yeah.
But Tux Marmalade, haven't worked on a project for a long time. What about you? Oh, you know, Worlds Within Worlds is still going, but right now I just made a new game as part of this jam, and right now we're just doing the interviews. So, move with WSD arrow keys, okay, and then we've got this roll through the bullets with space. Okay, right click or shift. Oh, I appreciate that you've got so many options.
Yeah.
So, and then you shoot with low smoke.
Oh, this isn't explained, but you need to be yeah, you need to be moving to use it.
Yeah, don't worry. Because I just tried to press it and I realized that nothing was happening. So
Yep.
then I was like, oh, okay, I gotta. Okay,
That's what
dashing
every
to
single person has done so far.
Every time you dash, your weapon is reloaded and re-roll. Okay. Whoa. Ooh, nice camera shake on the carbine there. Thank you. Okay, so you have to roll to reload.
Yes.
So dodging gives you that immunity. Whoa, oh my god. Okay, so yeah, I gotta keep an eye on my ammo there. I appreciate the color cue to let me know. All right.
The hit flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. That was weird. How did I... Hang on. Shift right click lets me access the... What?
Oh, what?
Oh, and now I broke the game because I shouldn't have done that. No, wait, no. Okay, that's good. It's good, it's good.
I think if you click.
It's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
and now you overheated.
Oh,
Okay,
maybe that
you're
was
back.
it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I also realized I had the iTunes audio playing at the same time as... Man, you were right. Audio is just a nightmare. Oh boy. Oh my god. Oh my god. These things try to explode when you get near them.
Yep.
Okay.
They're like creepers.
Okay, these are blue walls that don't actually do anything. Oh. Rocket launcher don't last for much ammo. Oh, they block bullets but not enemies. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I managed...
Enemies are not supposed to be able to see through them, but sometimes they do.
Hmm.
And I never fixed that bug.
Oh. Oh, revolver's not great, huh?
Yeah, the revolver needs a bit of a buff.
Well, it's the one face.
Yeah, if I could go back, I would give the revolver 8 ammo and like buff its damage by like 2.
I've always been impressed by games like Halo where it feels like the pistol is actually balanced.
Yeah.
Like, not balanced against the power weapons per se, but it is a consistent part of your arsenal. Pepsimon, the dev doesn't have to be on a call. You can answer the questions in chat. I can send you them and you can respond via text and I'll just read them off. Okay, so let's actually get into the questions then. I closed the wrong window there. Can you talk a little bit about your background in game development and your role on this project?
Oh, it went to Breath of the Wild. Okay, it's fine now. So I was the sole developer for this. I've been making games for about 2 or so years. And I knew about the GMTK Game Jam. I wasn't able to do it last year, but I had time to do it this year. And I don't know. I mean, I've been making games for the past 2 years. I only have like 2 other completed projects. But that's about it.
All right. And you've just been working in Godot primarily, or do you have any experience to any other engine prior to that?
I started in Game Maker, but then I got very mad at it because it was being annoying. And I just found Godot to work in the same way my brain does. I tried Unity for a bit, but I didn't like it. It felt like you were in the cockpit of an airplane for the first time. Godot just worked for me.
I think that's a
Yeah,
very
I
good
agree
analogy.
with you. It's pronounced Godot, not Godot.
Well, again, I don't know what the actual, like, it's a sort of like GIF situation. I don't know what the actual creators of the software say. If they say it's cool to pronounce it however, then that's fine. But like, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Godot.
Yeah, it's like if you say Godot, you don't know what you're talking about. No one says Godot.
They also, you can see the queue. It looks rather daunting, but there's the command to check it out. But just keep in mind that a lot of those people aren't active. So if you are here in chat and you say hi, then maybe Nightbot will pick you as part of the raffle. So what was your inspiration behind this game?
So from a top down, I wanted to feel a lot like Gungeon and Hotline Miami. The main way I came up with the roll to get a new weapon was I thought, oh, what rolls in video? You do a dodge roll, get a random thing. Oh, I can get a random weapon. And that happened like right after the thing was announced, and I was like, that's a good idea, I'm going with it.
I'm definitely not just re-rolling constantly until I get a rocket launcher.
The way the roll works, actually, is it's not a true dice roll. It's like, you know how the Tetris bags work? Where like you can't get the same thing 3 times in a row. You can get it 2 times in a row, but that's rare. But it's like you put all the possible rolls in a bag, and then you draw each roll from the bag, and that's your roll. And then when you run out, you get a new bag. So it's not truly random,
right?
Like a dice.
It's a shuffled list of probabilities.
Yeah, basically.
Yep, I've done something very similar. So this is the level 4 of 4, right?
Yep, this is the final level.
Oh boy, oh boy. Do you recover health when you kill things, or?
It's sort of like Halo. You stand still, you don't take damage for a bit, and it'll start to recover.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you got the regenerating shields. I didn't notice that. Because I definitely noticed, like, oh, I've taken damage, but I've also, like, seemingly recovered my health.
I think it's like 3.5 seconds.
I've definitely not internalized the idea of, like, rolling to dodge bullets. I still think of it as my reload.
Yeah, I think my main mistake on this game was... If I could go back, the one thing I would add is a timer to force people to be more aggressive.
I see you allow the enemies to hide in the level geometry.
Oh, those are fake walls. Those aren't real walls.
And how, pray tell, do you distinguish the fake walls from the real walls?
Well, originally I was going to add lights around all the walls, but not around the fake walls, but didn't get to that part. So, you can't. I think there's like only 3 walls in that room that are real.
Oh, and one of them is right at the start here, huh?
Yep.
So yeah, I can't just pick these off from a distance. Okay. Alright, I wanted to deal with that room first, but, you know, maybe my mind will be changed when I see what this room over to the right looks like.
In my opinion, that one's the hardest.
All right. Well, whoa. So, what was your actual process for developing this game?
I don't really know if I had a specific, like the main thing was I just sort of focused on, I developed it by thinking of everything as a different subsystem and like how those subsystems are like a crafting tree to create the final game, like the player movement, I had a state machine. I had a lot of help from past me who had already made a state machine system and a top-down movement system. So I was able to just sort of copy and paste those in. And yeah, I think I started with the... my main goal was I wanted to submit by Saturday night of the jam, which I submitted by Sunday morning at 4 a.m., so close enough. So I had a like finished prototype that I could have submitted, and it was just like one crappy level by Friday evening, and then added in more enemies, more weapons, actually created the reload roll, and the UI and the better sprites on Sunday. Oh, nice, you beat it.
Yeah. It's tough, but it feels fair. Like you have to like really consider things, but
I'm not a fan of that last level, being honest.
I think it like could be split up into a couple different levels.
Yeah. I think what the main thing is I wish I'd added a timer and teleporters to segment rooms, like a door. Because I have a system where like enemies can't see through certain invisible blocks.
Yeah.
And that kind of works, but it's not as good.
Yeah, segmentation, like, unless you have an AI that is incredibly robust and reactive, and oh my god, the sound effects, everything's just going crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I threw in the endless mode. 140 is actually a pretty good score.
Okay, thank you, word for it.
I threw in the endless score at like 3:30 in endless mode at 3:30 a.m. the previous night.
What time zone are you in, by the way?
Time zone? I'm in CST.
Okay. So when would the jam have actually finished for you local time?
It finished at 2 p.m. on... Okay, so 12 p.m. on Sunday was like the real... It was like the end,
the
but then
hour, yeah.
2 p.m. was the procrastination end.
You mean the spend every last second working on this because you care so much about this project deadline?
Yeah, or the people who, like... I don't know how they expected itch.io to not crash.
Oh, I was frozen, but that was an insanely lucky place to be frozen.
Oh yeah, and in endless mode, when you get frozen, you're generally dead.
Well, I just missed that shot with the rocket launcher. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean the whole idea of like there is no grace period this time. It's like, yeah, but when the server inevitably crashes, we're gonna have that grace period, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
We beat itch.io every time.
I feel bad because, you know, it's a website that is like free for everyone to use and submit their games, and their servers are just absolutely hammered every year because of this jam.
Yep. They probably get a ton of business for it though. There.
I don't know if they get much like business. Like they're not making.
They probably get a lot of new users.
That's possible, yeah, but
like
new users
you think about it, 22,000 people joined the jam. Only 6,000 submitted, but all of those 22,000 people either need to create an account or have one. And it also brought 6,000 new games to the platform, which, if updated and sold, could be a new source of revenue.
I don't know how many people actually follow through and like update their games to a sellable state, though. Anyway, the economics of itch.io notwithstanding,
Yeah.
um, I did just want to quickly mention, yes, Nubro, Nubrozerif. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your username the best. Yeah, I wish the stream could upload a little faster, but unfortunately, my internet's real expensive here in Canada. We get like the worst deals on internet, so it is a stream goal, as you can see the little scrolling sub counter. If I get a consistent number of subs, then I will upgrade my internet. But alas, we are stuck with like 30 frames per second, but in a higher visual quality. That's why you should go ahead and check out the game yourself via this link. I'll share
And
it
yeah,
again.
Nubro Zaref. I don't know how you say your name. Particles was another thing that was on my list of thrown in the bin due to lack of time.
I mean, that being said, there is enough on screen already in terms of just like the bullets flying at you, so I do not mind the super minimalist approach to
Yeah.
like. Oh my god. You can really just get massacred when you overheat.
Yeah. Yeah, you. Oh, yeah, I just saw it. You died.
I'm all the way dead. Not just mostly dead.
Yeah, like dead and then some.
Oh god. There's enemy collision, huh?
Yep.
So what were the inspiration behind the different weapons in the game?
Just I went with the generic guns, SMG, rifle, carbine, um, revolver, shotgun, and then I wanted to have a fun one, so I put a rocket launcher. I was considering doing a minigun, but I thought, like, that's just going to be an SMG. They're going to feel the same.
Yeah, I appreciate that you went for weapons that all felt distinctly different.
Mm-hmm. If I could change one thing about the weapons, I would make the carbine be a burst fire instead of a full auto.
Yeah, I can imagine that working. Rifle is definitely hard to use in context because it's a very Twitch game. Like lining up a shot feels like something that works better in campaign.
Mm-hmm.
But again, as you
Yep.
said, you added
Yeah.
the endless mode like super last second. So, have you gotten?
Rifle deals a lot of damage. It kills most things in 2 shots.
Yeah. So I can understand it's definitely powerful enough. It's definitely hard to line up the shot. Have
Mm-hmm.
you played Doom Eternal?
I played it for a little bit and then never got back into it.
Yeah, I had a free trial of Game Pass recently, so I used it to play through most of Doom. And one of the coolest things that they did is they made it so that the oh, that just takes me out of full screen. I was trying to enable a pause function that wasn't actually there. There's a sniper rifle type weapon in Doom. It's like a machine gun, and then when you scope in, it's a sniper.
Mm-hmm.
They figured, hey, if you're doing this insane like Twitch reaction sort of thing, thanks for all the support, 5 out of 5 subs.
Oh, wow.
How on earth? Oh my goodness, Nubrozerif just gifted out 5 subs. Thank you so much. That is incredibly generous of you. I was like, that's the sound effect for like someone subscribing, and we just like immediately shattered that. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Give me just 1 second here while I don't have a easy way of doing this, but I can go in and update the most recent sub in honor of your most generous contribution. I got totally derailed talking about Doom, but yeah, just the whole
By the way,
idea...
escape is supposed to pause it. I just didn't think through that. Escape
Yeah,
exits you on a full
full screen
screen.
browser, yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't have a download version, so
I did not update it, upload a download version now.
No worries for derailing. I super appreciate the support, and I did just want to say that as like I know you've just like given out all these gift subs to everybody, but I will happily send you the same link if you want to book a time. That's actually what FireSquid did, who also thank you by the way for subscribing, and
Yep.
yeah, you'll get access to a Calendly link where you can book the exact date/time that you want. You can basically just skip the queue. So yeah, I back to what I was saying about Doom. Um, the machine gun, when you scope in on an enemy,
Hmm.
the um, the game has some very generous auto aim.
Yeah.
Like specifically when you quick scope, the game will like snap you to a weak point on an enemy, so you can just get this marvelous like hold down the one trigger to zoom in and then immediately click the button and you've just like hit something in the head, and it
And it
feels
just feels
incredibly
good because it
satisfying.
feels like you did that.
Exactly. And it's like, no, I was aiming like way off, but the game just corrected. And yeah, as long as
Hmm.
you're in the ballpark, it makes you feel like you can use a sniper rifle. I am not someone with good enough hand-eye coordination to use a sniper rifle in games ever. So yeah, it was cool to feel like I could use a sniper. So
Yeah.
um the reason
I
I'm
wasn't
suggesting all
sure if this would
this,
be too hard or not
yeah.
because I mean I played through Hotline Miami 2 on hard mode, so I'd consider myself pretty good at top-down shooters. So I wasn't sure because I gave this to a lot of my friends. And they're like, "Wow, this is impossible."
So do you have any plans to like go in and tweak the difficulty?
I think the difficulty curve is like it's good up until level 4. I want to get up to like 10 levels.
Mm-hmm.
And add some new, like add an enemy that will heal other enemies.
Interesting. Also, the enemies that like run towards you, they're shielded, right? That's why you can't kill
Yes,
them.
they are shielded.
Okay.
You can't. A rocket launcher can cause a chain reaction and blow them up, but that's it.
I think I got a score of like 140 at one point, and that's gonna be as good as it gets.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Well,
got to use the bomb guys. You got to blow them up and then use that to get a high multiplier.
oh my goodness, I do not have the dexterity. We just went over this.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, but in the Godot engine, do you have a useful shortcut or a clever hack that you think would be useful to others?
I've been working on a like library with a bunch of like platformer um code, like easily making a platform controller, easily making a top-down controller.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the factory pattern is a really good one to apply when making a weapon system, like having a global singleton that's like a weapon manager that at the start of the game has every single, like an instance of every single weapon stored on it, and you can call it to create a new weapon and get a reference to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very much a fan of that kind of approach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I'm still alive.
The snipers
I
are worthless, by the way. They do like nothing.
oh really? I thought that
They deal a lot of damage if they hit you, but they rarely do.
oh, as long as you keep moving, right?
Yeah,
Gotta keep
as long as
surface
you
racing.
keep moving. If you get up close to one, they don't fire enough. That was.
Okay, 540. I'm much happier with that.
Oh wow, you actually beat me. I got 410 was my highest.
Dang.
I'll go in and try to break 1K.
Good lord. Yeah, but yeah, I do think like just before we get too far away from it, the whole idea of like the factory pattern, like it's a good way to get that sort of like consistent referencing set up. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I switched away from Game Maker, where everything is just like glorious global variables, global namespace, anything can
Yep.
talk to anything. one of the most difficult aspects I found about switching over to C# with Unity is just like that's really bad practice, and
Yeah.
you need to be very careful about what can talk to what and what has references to what. So I
Game
try
Maker
to like
teaches you some very bad habits.
it does, but you know, in the context of a game jam, you can still like break it out. Like who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe my game wouldn't be crashing in HTML5 if I wasn't adhering to some of these like bad practices. But what can you do?
Yeah. I find like I'll use Game Maker occasionally when I need to like test out a movement, because you can make things in Game Maker really quickly. I mean, just get something on the screen that's moving a lot quicker
Yeah,
than you can in other engines.
exactly. It's great for that rapid prototyping.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly what I want to do in the context of game jam is do the rapid prototyping.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I guess we already talked a little bit about the future plans for the game. So if anyone has any questions, now's the time to ask. But otherwise, yeah, where can people find you on social media? And do you have any other projects you'd like to plug?
I don't really have social media because I hate social media with a
Fair
passion.
enough.
I do have another. Let's see. There's another thing I made in like March that was pretty good. I'll plug that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just got done attending a week of like game promotion talk presentation type things, and they were all about like, oh yeah, you got to be on TikTok. You get so much audience on TikTok. It's like I don't
I
want to do the
hate short
TikTok
form
thing.
content. I hate short form content. It's the worst. TikTok, YouTube Shorts. I don't care. They're the worst. I hate them so much.
Well, you're in the right place for long form game developer
Yeah.
interviews. Attention spam go burr.
Yeah. Heligar gets it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is this like next thing, next thing, next thing. Like, oh, and let's serve a 6-second ad in between your 30 seconds of content. It's like,
Hmm.
no. I
I
will
actually always
say,
pay for no ads. I'm
okay,
always willing to pay for no ads.
just ignore this little red stop sign in the corner of my screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm all about like supporting the content creators. I think that is definitely a good thing to do. I do my best to like buy all my music in general, but
Hmm.
as far as YouTube ads go, like nah, I just little red stop sign.
Yeah. Well, I have a little red stop sign, but my family also has YouTube Premium because my dad doesn't know what ad blockers are, so I just get that for free.
Well, it's a happy side effect, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyway, we could definitely go on a whole tirade about
Ads
social
and
media and
yeah.
short form content and all that kind of stuff. But I do want to make sure we get to a couple other people's games.
Yep.
So, once again, thank you so much for your support. And
Hmm.
yeah, if you have any other projects that you end up making in future, always feel free to send them by anytime.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
All right.
Have a good evening and bye for now.
Thank you.